one. That's the one that we should call.
Got it. Okay. So we got here is, so I need to call David, Gary, Glenn, and obviously Juan is number one.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, let me give him a call. Thanks, Angeline.
All right, thank you.
But Angeline, what's the ARV on what's the ARV on Gary?
Gary, I think I gave you this one already, $499.
Okay, $499. And what is he asking?
Asking is, let me go. This is the last week appointment. Let me go to this one. Asking price is $467.
Okay, so and he's probably not that motivated, right?
Yeah, not so motivated.
Hey, Andrew, yeah, because his last name, it seems like he's East Indian, right?
I'm not too sure because when we listen to the call, it just sounds American.
Okay, sound American. Okay, David. Okay, what? Angeline, what's the ARV on David property?
Oh yeah, that's the one that I haven't pulled yet because I
transfers
the travel to freedom expenses transferring to the spreadsheet.
Got it.
So I supposed to pull comms as well as one.
Okay.
But one girl, I just wanted to let you know that the tax assessed value for last year was 145.
And he's asking 100,000.
Asking 180 at 118, 118,000.
118.
Yep, but the problem with this one, Khang, is that this is a rental property. Based on the call, the seller said that he haven't visited the property for the last 4 years, so he can give you what are the repairs that needed to the property. So
that's fine. Okay, that's fine. And what do you think the ARV is on that property?
Well, based on just for the websites, they only have like 190.
190?
Yep, that's based on the Zillow.
Okay, so Angeline, could you do me a favor on that one? Could you go ahead and pull the comps? Let me know kind of what's the ARV is, and also too is, can you shoot Juan a text and let him know that I'll be calling him after 3 o'clock today?
Sure.
All right, yes. Thanks, Angeline. I just hung up on her already because I got a call. We don't have time. My whole thing, man, is just not wasting time. So here we go. Angeline will understand. So I am going to call one of the seller. He's not very motivated. Okay, so David. Okay. Here we go, baby. Once again, if you guys enjoy this and you're like, Khang, this add a lot of value, I love this, continue to do this, then show me some love. Give this video a share. I don't know how it works on YouTube. Can you guys hear that?
Your call has been forwarded.
Okay, so typically what you want to do when you call a seller and he or she or they don't pick up, do you call again right away? Because typically it makes it seem like, oh my God, it must be something important. So you want to call them again. And I'm doing all of this for you guys. I don't have to call these leads. My VA could have done it, but then there's no content for you.
Your call has been forwarded.
Okay, well, let me call someone else. So he didn't answer. So I am going to call Glenn and then let me call Glenn here. His appointment. Okay, so whoa, okay. So let me call Glenn really quick. 846. Here we go. Let me know you guys can hear that loud and clear. if he answer. If he answer, come on. Come on.
Your call has been forwarded.
Okay, not good, not good. Okay, we got another one. Like typically I would leave a voicemail, but in this case I don't because obviously I'm on a live. So we're gonna call Gary. So Gary's the last one. What's wrong with his phone number? All of a sudden it's a check mark and now it's a no. Okay, so let me call Gary. Whether it's a motivated or not motivated seller, I don't even know here. But I think this makes good content, especially when you don't know.
Your call has been forwarded.
He just sent me straight to voicemail. So let me try it again.
Your call has been
Okay. Well, I try to call 3 seller. No one answers. So here's what we're gonna do. That was the plan for this live, but obviously it doesn't work. So let me let's take a couple questions and then we can go from there. So what do you do? So what do you do after you get 3 declined calls? Call somebody else. I don't know what you mean by 3 declined phone. Like you call them 3 times and then they don't answer. Leave them a voicemail. You always want to leave them a voicemail, my friend. All right. Never not leave a voicemail. And then I will shoot them a text. Right. So you want to call, don't answer, shoot them a text, leave them a voicemail, move on to the next one. Any other questions? Oh yeah. Also too is let me for those of you who didn't join my 3-day challenge, here's the next one for you. All right. Go to can someone type it in the chat? Go to WTM3day.com. Join me on this 3-day challenge where I literally walk you through step by step how to close your first deal completely virtual, how to turn $100 into $10,000 in the next 30 days. I'm going to share with you the website, the software that I use. That's the one that's going to cost you the $100. You can go there, pull the stress property mode, right? And also it's the same site that you pull cash buy, but we'll take you from day 1 to day 3. And I had someone, we did this last time, had someone actually DM me on Instagram, join me on the 3 days, got a prop in the contract, and was I think she said she makes $20,000 on it. Can you show us how, dude, bro, yes, deal for me now how it works. Bro, this is a badass software. So dude, join me on the 3 days. God, let me punch it in here. Can someone type it in the chat? Go to WWTM. You know what? I'm going to also put the link in the descriptions. Go to WTM3day.com. Just go there, RESVP your spot. Once you subscribe, just within the next 15 to 20 minutes, watch out for an email. It's going to come from my team, and then it's going to get you to join. That's when, dude, we go over the entire software. Going to show you how to pull the list. Dude, going to show you what list to pull. And the crazy part is with this software, what's crazy about this software is that it used AI, and then we're going to show you how that actually works. It uses AI to actually detect and let you know who is likely going to sell the property in the next 90 days, which means who's likely to get into a situation that they're going to sell the property in the next 90 days. That way you're able to target these people 90 days before it gets onto any other investor list. Imagine if you can target someone 90 days before any other investor knows about it. That's how you stay ahead of the game, my friend. That's how you stay ahead of the curve. And it's also the same website that you can pull cash buyers list nationwide. And in that 3-day challenge, which is day number 1, we're going to literally show you how to go through the software. Like me and Jenna get on a Zoom and literally walk you through it. Click here, click here, click here, click here. How to pull the list, what list you should target. All right. And then we're going to show you what the AI tool is. How do you know which one is more motivated to sell? So that way you can target them. Dude, I have never done such an in-depth like challenge. I've never done a challenge, and I've never gone so in-depth into the challenge. So just go to WTM 3 days right here, WTM3day.com. Sign up, subscribe, check your email in the next 15 to 20 minutes, and it's going to be badass. Damon seems like, hold on a second. It was an amazing 3-day challenge you did. Damon, thank you so much, man. And then he said, I would suggest getting the more expensive one to get the county or the state AI score. Dude, obviously, you know, you get what you pay for. And I know some of you can't afford the more expensive one. You can only afford, you know, the $97 a month. So that's where the $100 is going to be spent. And then if you want to get the more expensive one, but Jenna is going to break down, right? The lower costs and then the higher costs. And obviously you decide what is the best budget for you. All right. So work within your budget. Because of you, I grabbed that software last night. I'm loving it. Dude, Tina, let's go, baby. For those of you who don't know, let's just say you don't want to join the 3 days challenge, but I highly suggest that you do. But let's just say you don't want to join the 3-day challenge. The software is dealsformenow.com. Just go to that website and you can sign up. All right. This is the software, man, I've been using. And a lot of my investor friends said, hey, Khang, keep it on the down low. Like, don't share it and this and that. And they know I have a big following. And I said, dude, I'm not gatekeeping. I can't gatekeep to my family, right? My community. But this is the website we've been using. Obviously, we're going to close on a deal today. $20,000. And then it's the same website that we use to get all of our cash buyers list nationwide. So we're JVing deals, right? Imagine this. Imagine, you know, yesterday I went live on Facebook. So let me put on my mic, all right? Just because I'm going to use this screen here to walk you guys through something really quick here. Hold on a second. I wonder if Jenna has, okay, hold on a second. YouTube family, hold on here. Hold on. All right. Hello. Testing. Can you guys hear me? Out of nowhere, we changed things up, man. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Don, like PropStream, dude, this is way better. All right. It's like PropStream. It's just that there's another. Okay. Damon said we're good. Okay. So let me share with you. So a lot of you obviously already know wholesaling, right? You find a motivated seller, you lock property on a contract. I'm going to show you another way. It's called co-wholesaling. This is for those of you who are, dude, co-wholesaling. So comment in the chat and let me know if you know what co-wholesaling is. And someone said, is this like PropStream? Better. Because PropStream doesn't have AI, dude, bro. This thing, dude, it's crazy. All right. And that's why I love about it. Co-wholesaling, which means that you can literally use the software and all you do is reach out to other wholesaler. This is almost like no risk. You don't have to find the seller. You don't have to talk to the seller. You don't have to get the property in contract. You don't have to put up any earnest money deposit. So co-wholesaling eliminates all of that process, right? So you're not dealing with the seller. Imagine if you reach out to other wholesaler that has the property on the contract already. So all you do is you reach out to other wholesaler that already have a property in the contract, but majority of them just have a hard time finding buyers. A lot of them have a hard time. They don't know how to find buyers. Guess what? You can now what's called joint venture. You JV with them and be like, hey, what if I can help you find a buyer for it? Are you okay if I blast the deal out to my cash buyer? So you're going to go use that software, which is doesformenow.com. This, dude, this is what my VA used. We just closed. We're closing on a JV deal tomorrow, where each of us is going to make $22,000. It cost me nothing because I didn't market and get the seller under contract. So imagine if you reach out to other wholesaler that already has a deal under contract. Some of them don't know about the software. Some of them might use other one, but it doesn't work and they don't know how to find buyers. Dude, you just take it's so simple. You just take the property address, you plug it into the website, and boom, one click of a button, it'll pull all the cash buyer within a mile, within the state, within the county, within the city, within the states. You can pull the entire states if you wanted to. And that, my friend, is how you build massive cash buyer lists. So imagine if just once a month you do a JV deal. I promise you it'll pay for that software 10 times over. So even imagine just once a month, all right, you reach out to other wholesaler that has a property in contract and use this software to help them find a buyer and connect the link and get paid 50-50. So once again, if they make 20,000, you get 10K. And imagine if you just do just one of those a month. Like I can literally do this. Like any one of you that sent over a deal, I don't even touch it. My VA does all the JV deal because it's that simple. Oh, Damon, dude, $4.99. Damon, thank you so much, man. Deal for me now is better than PropStream by far. PropStream doesn't have the AI, the super easy system toddler can use. Damon, I appreciate, man. I appreciate, dude, the testimonial. Love it, man. And look forward to seeing you closing either your first deal. I don't know where you're at in your wholesaling journey. If you're obviously looking to consistently do 1 or 2 deals a month, man, I look forward to seeing you obviously using the software, closing your first deal. Make sure you reach out to me on Instagram. I love to bring you on for an interview, man. Does Just So You Now has an app? So currently, Don, no, it doesn't have an app. So there's no app. You can use it on your, it's better if it's on your desktop. That's why in my book, I said, wholesale with a laptop, a phone, and internet. So you do need a laptop. Jose said, how much does it cost? Deals for me now, dude, it costs $97 a month. So that's the basic, $97 a month. Or you can go, if you have the capital, you can go with, the $199 a month. But if I were you, if you don't have the capital, if you want to try it, start out with the $97 a month and see how it goes. And you can cancel anytime, right? You sign up, you don't like it, you can cancel. But trust me, it's all about consistency. All right? Don't just sign up, oh man, I went on there for a month. I couldn't get anything done. Let me tell you, okay? Let me break it down so you guys understand, because a lot of you, maybe you don't understand the cost of investment. So if I take 97 times 12 months, which is a year. So if you pay for the whole entire year, I think there's a discount you pay for the entire year. But if I take 97 times 12, that's only $1,164. Let me tell you this, my friend. I have never, ever done a wholesale deal that is $1,164. The average wholesale deal, I'm going to go even with the minimum, the average, even if you do one deal, dude, this is like the lowest 5Gs. So the 5 to 10K, 5 to 10,000 wholesale deal is if you're in the market where, the ARV of the property is like 100K. So you can buy a house between 50 to 100K. All right. Those in this area, in this market, your average assignment fee is between 5 to 10K, at least. So imagine if the whole entire year, my friend, if you just do one freaking deal, $5,000. Dude, it already paid for the software 3 times. But I'm telling you, man, that software is extremely powerful. Whether you want to use it to close your first deal, or maybe you just want to build up your cash buyer list, co-wholesale JV deal, it's just a badass software. If it's not, I wouldn't be on here praying about it. And dude, I've been in the game for 12 years. I've used all kinds of software. All kinds. I've tried them all. Mehanet said, what are the lists you going for right now? So typically, so on the 3-day challenge, Jenna and I will go through and show you how to pull the list, what list to target depending on your budget. And dude, it's a very, very deep, intensive training. It's only 1 hour, but that 1 hour, people pay tens of thousands of dollars just to go to a seminar, just to sit there and take notes. Me and Jenna did the 3-day challenge where we actually do it with you. So she goes very slow. You lock in, you do this, you do like literally do it together. And to me, that's the best way to learn. So if I were you, I would highly go for the 3-day challenge. Just go to, can someone type it into the chat? It's WTM 3day.com. I'll also put a link in the description for those of you, if you rewatch this and if you don't see it, just really literally go there. Sign up for the 3-day challenge. And I promise you, day 1 is where Jenna and I are going to show you how to pull the list, how to target, how do you use the AI to identify who's motivated, who's not motivated. So that way you're not wasting your money and your time targeting people that that just not motivated, right? This AI tools is going to tell you that. So you're cutting down the cost, cutting down the wasting time, and target the wrong audience. Because to me, data is extremely important. Having the right data is extremely important. So I'm going to go live on Instagram. I'm going to pull them over to YouTube here really quick, just so we all come together on one platform. Elizabeth said, that's awesome, Khang. I want to do that challenge. Does it cost? Elizabeth, is free. So the challenge, the training is completely free. So I'm going to show you how to turn that $100 into $10,000 in the next 30 days. All right. But the software is what's going to cost you that $100, Elizabeth. All right. So the training is completely free. It's the software that's going to cost you money. All right, Instagram family, head over to YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now. We're just going to do, I'm actually, after this, I'm going to call some seller as well. But we are doing a Q&A and kind of deep dive into the software that I'm using that is just a killer. So head over to YouTube, just type in @RealKingKong. I'll see you over there. Okay, so we're good there on IG. All right, let's take some questions. So once again, you guys, a lot of you're not having a good data. You don't have right data. All right. And here's what I use to skip trace. I know a lot of you, and here's what I use to skip trace. This is the software that we launched. It took me over a year and a freaking half. So if you want to use the skip tracing we use, just go to skip and flip. It's very simple to remember for skip tracing, in case you want to know. Okay. Tina said, damn, I'm going on 2 of the 3 days. You're going to get my deal. Let's go, Tina. Sweet. Elizabeth, like signing up. Elizabeth, I'll see you in class. What other question you guys got? How often is the data updated? I think it's every 30 days. It updated every 30 days. So you get fresh new lists. And I would suggest that you pull new one every 30 days as well. All right, fresh new list that you can target. But it's a very extreme powerful software. Once again, like I said, so I paid $30,000 to go to this real estate mastermind. And obviously, when you pay to be in a community, they're like, shh, right? Everything has to be on a down low because they don't want everybody to know, because now they're just creating competition, correct? But they're not a social media like me. I love creating content and obviously providing value and giving back. And there's just no gatekeeping. So, but a lot of them tell me Khang, don't please. Like even with the whole Novation thing, I share everything. Miss said, I can find lists on what website? Right here, right there. Just go to Deals for Me now. Do you think don't know too much English going to be a problem to get into real estate? Hugh is probably Vietnamese like me. Hugh, if you didn't watch my most recent video, I did an interview with one of my students. His name is Andrew. but I'm sure his Vietnamese name is something else, dude. They all changed their name to English. So his name is Andrew. If you just watch that interview, bro, it'll give you so much confidence and so much belief that you too can do it. Because the guy, his accents, dude, it's bad. It's really, really bad. And he made over 100,000 cold call. And he landed his first deal. And guess how much he made? $288,000, dude. The guy was a maniac. But he cold called over 100,000. That's how bad he wants it. And one deal, dude, he can literally take this entire year off if he wanted to. But he was learning English at the same time, and he was learning how to wholesale at the same time. And he did it. So if he can do it, I honestly, there should be no excuses for any one of you. And once again, it all comes down to is how bad do you want it? You're either making excuses or you're making money, which means you have to figure out what it is that you need to figure out, and you have to overcome whatever it is that's trying to get into your way. Where is the free class? Can someone help me with this? Go to WTM 3day.com, dude. Sign up and then subscribe to the 3-day, and then just watch out for your email. I think one of the sellers just called me back. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Let's see the phone number. Shit. I'll pick it up anyway. Hello, this is Khang.
I got a call from this number. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, hi, this is Khang with Fast Property Solution. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Gary.
Yeah, Gary. Basically, I'm one of the purchase manager, Gary. I was supposed to call you regarding your property there on 129.
Yep.
So that way we can go over the information so I can make you a cash offer on it.
Okay. Well, I got one today, so let's go for two.
Oh, you got one today?
Yeah, I did.
You sold one today?
No, I have a cash offer today.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Oh, so Gary, so this is a good time to chat. You got a few minutes for me?
Sure. Yeah. I was
Okay.
just doing some work here.
No problem. How is your Thursday morning going so far? So for those of you who don't know, I do have a stutter problem. So when I talk live,
This house.
sometimes it gets bad. What's that?
The house is something else. Trying to get it back into shape to sell it. So.
I got you. Oh, so you are currently working on it, like doing a rehab on it?
Well, no, I just started to clear the junk out and address a water leak that was in the base of the sink.
Sure. Gotcha. Okay. So, Gary, I just want to make sure here. I verified the property address with you already. So my question to you is, Gary, besides getting the right price for the property, what is another reason that you would consider selling this property?
Well, there's complication. I own the commercial property next to it, and the parking strip in the back is leased to that business.
Can you guys hear him?
Maintain an easement for parking for that business on the property.
I see. Okay.
Other than that, that's my only hesitation to selling the property. Is
sure.
I bought this because it's a downtown commercial zone.
Nice
piece of property. It's a nice piece of property to have for the future.
Nice.
Especially contiguous. So.
Nice. So, Gary, is it currently rented right now?
No, it's vacant right now.
Okay. And Gary, how long has it been vacant for?
A week or two.
Okay. And now before that, since it was zone commercial, is it rented, or I guess was it rented to someone who's just living there, or was it rented to like a business?
No, it was rented to a residential.
Gotcha.
On that property, they have a garage in the back they lease out.
Nice.
Then the property that I own next to this on the other side is commercial.
Got it. Okay. And Gary,
it's surrounded by commercial. Everybody on this block is commercial in some respect.
So, well, if everything is commercial, Gary, on that, do you think it's better if we turn this into obviously commercial and rent it out to a business?
Yes.
what business?
I talked to the city. Because we're in that favored corridor, they're waiving all the permit fees if you want to apply for permits to convert it into that use, and they're really encouraging that kind of development. So, and it's, we've got like one house on the other side of the clinic here. The property manager that I had.
I'm trying to find a way to like do this so you guys can listen better. This is just not good.
And that used to be a house.
Is that better?
Across the street from here, there's 4 businesses in that house. And
is that better?
There's a business in a building.
Can someone tell me?
House that's rented with residents.
Is that better? Gotcha. Okay. I appreciate. Yeah, Gary, I appreciate the information, Gary. Now, if we can agree on a price, Gary, that work for you and work for us, do you know roughly how soon you'd like to close and sell the property?
I'm not in a rush, but yeah, I can sell it now, sell it in a month, sell it 2 months. If I don't sell it as is, I'll sell it,
Fixed up.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the target price, like most flippers would say, it's $5.25, $5.50.
Dang. Okay.
More. And the property sales around it have, 6-9.
He definitely doesn't sound motivated.
Just sold in December, and in the area, generally, 550 to 600 is the going rate.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Gary, when you mentioned the 550, is that after you fix the property up?
Right.
Okay. Now, what do you think it's worth as is?
I'm looking for just under 400, 399.
Okay. 399 as is. And how much work left needed to be done to it, Gary?
Well, my estimate is between 60.
Oh, wow.
And 70,000. You might be able to do it for less, but totally just sell it as a new house. I'd want to. I'm tearing out the kitchen. I tear out the bathroom. I can put in new counters.
Right.
And new fixtures, that kind of thing. It's got hardwood floors in about a third of the house.
Nice.
And the rest of the house is hardwood floors underneath other kinds of substrate because it's an older house.
Right.
And
makes sense.
And it needs to be, the floors in the living room, dining room are totally trashed from the tenants. It just refinished them 3 years ago, and now we get to do that again.
Right.
So that's an example,
Got it. And Gary, after we renovate it, so after we put the $60,000-$70,000 into renovating it, how much do you think that we can get in rent?
Oh, rent on this house is about $2,400 to $2,600.
Okay. And that is renting it out to a resident.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
I would do 4 offices or 5 offices.
Ooh, okay.
In fact, if I wasn't going to, if we weren't going to sell it as residential, I would not replace the kitchen. I'd make that into an office. There's 4 bedrooms.
Right.
And a center area for reception upstairs, and there's obviously a
remember, you always want to ask questions.
Office space and another bedroom off the dining room. So
there's
lots of office space.
Got it.
And I talked to the city when we remodeled.
And then you just want to let the seller talk. Don't interrupt. Just the more they talk, the more things they spill.
And I talked to them this time, and they said, "No, we're not going to require that."
Oh, nice.
So that's a good thing.
Yep. So I mean, Gary. So let's just say if we didn't turn it to residential but commercial and rent it out to business, how much do you think we'll be able to get in rent?
I don't know, 650, 700 office, maybe.
Okay.
I would say. I don't know the going rate right off the top of my head.
Right. So if we take 600 times 4.
I get 9,000 for that building next to me.
Oh, nice. The building next to you, what's that?
Cascade Animal Clinic.
Okay. Do you want to sell that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking to sell? Well, let's talk about this first. And I would be very interested in that one as well, Gary, if you're open to selling that too.
Well, the thing is, I bought this property 20-some years ago with an anticipation that someday this would be a perfect property to expand onto, contiguous lands.
Right.
There's 2 lots there, and a lot and a half here, and we have we're in the downtown corridor, so it's a 55-foot height restriction.
So basically on this one, I'm probably not going to make him any offer. I'm probably going to ask because I don't want to obviously make him upset. I want to talk about the other property as well and then make him an offer at the same time with both.
But no, I'm old.
Make sense?
I'm getting old.
How old are you, Gary, if you don't mind me asking? Because you
Well, I'm going to be 70 this year. So.
well, you definitely sound like you're in your mid 50. So good for you. Good. So, I mean, so on this property, Gary, I mean, is there a mortgage that we would need to pay off after we buy from you?
No.
Okay, so you own it free and clear. Nice.
And other opportunities, I would be able to do a installment sale.
Oh, nice.
In fact, I might do an installment sale for like a 3 to 5 year balloon.
Okay.
And that's same on the.
So basically, he's talking kind of like a seller financing, like on term.
Buy that property with that triple net lease,
Okay.
and that could be done on an installment basis too.
So Gary, on the other property,
Mhm.
do they have like a long-term lease in there with you?
Yeah. So there's 5.5 years left on the first 10-year.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And the clinic's been here since dirt. I mean, it's been a vet clinic since the early 60s, I think.
Yep.
My wife bought it in 92.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. So yeah, the triple net has 2 5-year defined renewals.
Okay.
After the 10. So there's 5.5 left on the current term and 2 5s.
And they're paying you.
Yep.
And they're paying you how much, Gary?
Right now they're paying the lease on the parking, which is $620 a month to the 129 house.
Right.
And then they're paying another $83 or $8,400 for the main buildings.
Got it. Okay. So roughly.
And
Okay.
that's on a 2% minimum escalation per year, or CPI West.
Got it.
Yeah.
And how much are you asking for that one?
Well, that one I've had a lot of brokers wanting me to let them buy it.
Yeah.
Realty Income and other companies,
Right.
And the cap rate on it, I want to get to 6.5.
Okay.
So that's a fair cap rate. I mean, ideally, I'd like to get down to 6, but I don't think that's realistic at this point. The clinics like it nationally it's an NVA lease.
Right.
The NVA is a huge corporation. They
Correct.
have 700 clinics.
Right.
And they don't want to own the buildings anymore. They want to keep the leases. So.
Sure. No, I understand. So you're asking.
It's solid triple net. So.
No, that's nice. So you're asking $399 for the house, and how much? And Gary, how much do you want for the other building?
That other building at a cap rate of 6.5. I don't have that number in front of me.
Okay.
Somewhere around $1.5 million. No.
Gotcha. So
But,
1.5.
But the cash flows. I mean, you think about it.
Yeah.
On if we do an installment, see, there's a tax advantage to me to sell it
Right.
and take installments versus take net lease income, which
Right.
is fully taxable, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
So Gary, on the 1.5, so what kind of a payment plan are we talking about?
I haven't really got the structure in my mind, but I would imagine that it would almost cash flow net. I mean,
Like, I guess, what kind of interest rate are we talking about? So you mentioned you want to do a 3-year balloon, right?
right.
Okay.
That one we could do longer. We could probably do, a 10-year.
Okay. So 10-year balloon.
Yeah. And on the 129 house,
The reason why I brought up interest rate, because this guy, dude, it seems like he knows what he's doing. So you don't want to be a smart ass. So Gary, so
I'd have to do some math in front. I'm standing on the porch of this house.
Sure.
So I don't have any figures in front of me.
Right.
Talk finance,
But Gary, like, do you have like a rough idea of what you like the interest rate to be?
I'm I'm not so concerned about the interest rate.
Okay.
You know, it needs to cash flow for me,
Sure.
and cash flow for you.
Of course. Okay. I
That's-
appreciate
that's-
that.
That's important.
So
I
you
mean, as long as your credit's good.
no my credit is fantastic. It's in the I think it's almost 800. So I'm all about making sure that I pay my bill on time, paying them off, and don't let the credit card eat my get any of my interest. So Gary, on that 1.5 building, so you're thinking about a 10-year balloon, and you just want to get like a monthly payment, like every single month. We just write you a check for X amount, correct?
Right.
And then we just pay that off within 10 years. Now, what if we decided to pay it off sooner? Do you charge us any prepayment
I
penalty?
have to look at that cash flow and see where we might have like a 5-year, prepayment penalty limit or something like that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So
Clinic.
got it. So you definitely want to hold it for at least, so we can't pay you off sooner than 5 years. Otherwise, you're going to charge us some prepayment.
Yeah, I'd have to look it on paper.
Okay.
I can't gotta project out my cash flow here.
Sure, not a problem. Now on the house, Gary, I guess. So what's the number that we're talking about regarding the house?
How do you mean?
So 399.
Right.
Would you also do? Okay, that's the one that you want to do a 3-year on, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Probably 7% interest or something like that, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. How much?
7. That's a pretty good rate.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, Gary, do you know that now the interest rate on the bank is it's down to 6?
On a owner occupied, yeah.
It's down to like 6%.
On an owner occupied, yes. Not commercials are at 9 or 10.
So you're talking about 3-year at 7%. Prepayment penalty or no?
On the balloon, I would say definitely a prepayment on the first year.
Okay.
Because I this year, if I took all that income this year, it would be
Right.
worse for me.
Correct.
Next year, it's okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's my issues are, yeah.
I understand. So, Gary, you mentioned that you chat with another investor, and they made you an offer on the house.
Right. Yeah, they were going to do closing costs. Except
Yep.
I had to pay the excise tax.
Right.
That's it.
And what did they offer you?
Well, that's I can't tell you that.
Well, the thing is, Gary, the reason I asked you that, because obviously I don't want to waste your time or our time. My whole thing is, hey, you already know what they offer you. I just need to know from you, Gary, it's like, where do we need to come in for us to not go back and forth and say, hey, I already got an offer on it. You guys need to be this, and we got a deal. If not, then obviously we got nothing to talk about.
Yeah. So where I'm at right now today is I've got an offer over the phone from these guys. I haven't seen it in writing.
Right.
So they were going to send it to me in a couple hours.
Sure.
I was going to go home, do my homework.
Yep.
Take a look, do the math, make sure that would work for me.
Sure.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at. So.
Okay. So you don't know where we need to be in price for us to move forward together?
No, well, I said $399 for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's
you,
what my friend's in real estate. He's
Sure.
flipping too, and
I understand.
he said $399. That's where you got to get for this house, and I agree. I just had another friend of mine who's a contractor who flips houses as well. He came over today and he said, "Well, I'll fix it for you. I don't want to buy the house, but I'll fix it for you."
Nice.
Yeah.
So, well, so Gary, here is kind of where I'm at. I mean, if we're willing to come in and offer you the $399, are you willing to work with us on the interest rate?
Yeah.
So can we do
Well,
three?
Look at the cash flow on it.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah, because then that'll be a 3-year balloon on the house.
Right.
And then on the cap rate on the clinic, I'll come up with a price. 6.5% is the sweet spot for sale. That's
Right.
where the last appraisals I had on the building was that
Right.
we'd go in at 7.5, maybe get 7, but 6.5 is
Right.
probably where you're going to end up. So
Right.
that's fine.
Got it. So, I mean, so Gary, on my end, I guess here's my question for you. I mean, I think now this is something that obviously we don't offer for anybody, but I think that I can get my team manager to take care of all the closing costs and all the fees. Now, those investor makes you pay for the excise tax. What if we take care of all of that fees and all of those costs for you, which mean whatever price that we agreed upon, that'll be the net amount that you walk away with, obviously, after the 3 years.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so what's the least that you could do for us on the price? If we were to cover all that closing costs and all the fees, including the excise tax.
So that's 16,000 basically.
See,
so
the guy
$399.
know his stuff, so you don't want to mess around.
3%, right.
Yep. So you would take off 16,000?
Off the 399, right.
Wow. Okay.
So let me do this. Just send me your an email
Sure.
and let me get my shit together so as
Sure.
to get home and
I understand.
do some scratching on some more paper and
Sure.
see what kind of deal that we can come up with, and we can talk some more.
Right. Now, Gary, once again, obviously, I want to say that, we appreciate the opportunity you're giving us, and I don't want to waste your time or our time. My whole thing is I haven't got a solid answer yet from my team manager regarding the price, but I'm just saying, if we come in and do the $399 like what you want, would you just go 3-year, no interest, and we'll just cut you a check every single month?
Well, that's not legal. you have to charge interest for IRS rules.
Actually, no. Well, the thing is, Gary, actually, you don't. We actually have done many deals like this where, every single month, right? So it's going to be a 3-year balloon purchase price. Let's make it even for 400,000. We'll just cut you a check, and you just let us know, hey, every month I need to, obviously, it seems like you understand as an investor for us as well that we need to make the number work. So every single month you tell us, hey, Khang, if your company just send me a check for 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, whatever it is, for the next 3 years, and then after that, whatever you owe left, pay me out. I'm done and I'm good. It's just simple, keeps everything simple math. And I think
I'm happy to look at it. I mean, I'm just totally happy, but I don't have my tools in front of me
Sure.
to be able to make a reasonable decision.
Sure.
I know what you're trying to do, so it's fine.
Okay, not a problem. So Gary, how about I'll call you back. So I'll give you some time, and then I'll call you back tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's fine. Today's Thursday, right?
Yep, today's Thursday. So I'll call you back tomorrow about the same time, Friday noon.
Okay.
And then, hey Gary, also too is, can you also work out the number on the other building as well? Because I love to chat with you on that too.
Yeah, for sure. Give me, you have my email, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate it, Gary. Thank you so much. I'll chat with you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep. Bye, Gary. So what I did there is obviously I just kind of anchor myself, right? I was like, hey, I don't have a price, right? I don't have a solid price yet, but that's kind of where we need to be because I just want to feel, the seller. Is he negotiable? Is he not negotiable? Is he somewhat reasonable or not reasonable? So the guy's an investor himself. He knows what he's doing, right? He seems like he's reasonable, but I don't even know if that price even makes sense. So I would also have to do my own research. But the other building, I can tell you right now, he's looking for a 6% cap, right? Where I live, right? Typically people would go for, 5%, 6% is kind of normal. But where I want to be is more like a 10% cap, right? Because now that's hard to find, but that's what I'm looking for in my area. So 1.5 million, and he only getting $9,000 back in rent at a 6, that's where I need to be. So I need to figure out if that's going to hit the 10% cap or not. But I can tell you right now, just by looking at that, it's probably not. But if I can negotiate where we sign a 10-year, no interest, and I'll just cut him a check. If I can bring in, so my whole thing is, if I can bring in 9,000 triple net, which means the renter pays for everything, all the utilities, right? If I just collect in 9,000, if I can cut him a check every single month, no interest, for like, let's just say 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, I can keep 2,000. All right. Now that could work, right? Because no interest, the bank charges 7. Dude, that's where this number might work. So I'll call him back tomorrow and see how we're gonna do this. But this is, I would say, this is potential lead. This is a potential deal, and this is what happened when like when you have the knowledge and you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about, and you've been in the game for a long time. You see more opportunity than when you are new, right? Versus you guys, I don't even know what he's talking about. I just want to do like a straight up, lock it up, wholesale it, right? Keep it simple. That's what I would like to do too. But sometime in a situation like this, we just got to get a little creative. But I highly suggest that you guys shouldn't start out like this. Just keep it simple. Hey, I lock it up on I'm going to sell it, right? Okay, so let me see here. I think I got to go because Lon, let me see if Lon has, I'm going to take a few more questions and we're going to wrap this up. And comment in the chat and let me know. That phone call, I know it's boring. Typically when you're sitting there, you're learning things, it's not fun, it's boring, right? So comment, let me know, was there value in there? Like when I listened to my call, I was like, I don't know if there's value because I know all of it, right? But for some of you, you might find some value. I hope you do. What other question you guys got here? What questions? And see the CEO Anthony Wynn, you said your wholesale. Okay. Someone answer. That's not a question. Which is better? Leave sticky notes on house or skip trace? I would do both. I mean, since you're already there at the property, I would do both. And let me tell you why you need to do both, my friend. Because I have done it. When I first started out, I do a lot of, going around, find rundown houses. You will leave a note there. Sometimes they have a neighbor, they have their family member looking over the property, right, to mow the yard and all of that. So I would leave a note, dude. I used to bring a notepad, a chunk of paper with me, and I would leave it everywhere. Front door, back door, windows. I want them to see it. All right. And then boom, all of a sudden the neighbors say, hey, my neighbor just gave you a note of your phone number. It said that you get interested in buying my property. What's your offer? Right. So I would leave the note since you're already there. And I would also skip trace and then call them. So cold call. I would do both. I don't know why I don't know why the choice is one or the other when you can do both. Now, if you don't want to go around and drive and run down, find these houses, you can literally just stay home, go to this website right here, dealsformenow.com, pull all the lists, and then just call. You can literally do that just from home. Knowing what I know today, and I'll be honest with you, like knowing what I know today, I wouldn't spend the time driving for dollars. I just think it takes up a lot of time, but it does build, your own unique list, right? I would do it on the weekend just for like an hour or two, just to kind of get out, have a little fun driving around. Maybe you can take your kids or your partner with you and kind of, spend time together, but also doing something together. But I would rather just pull the list, skip trace, either do SMS, which is text blast, or I would just call them, or I would send them direct mail, right? Depending on how much money, how much capital you have to invest into your business. But I wouldn't spend time going drive for dollar every single day. It's just my personal opinion, because you take an hour, in that hour, I could have called, I don't know, man, 100 people, 200 people, right? If you skip trace the list, upload onto a dialer, like my VA, they call about 1,000 people in 8 hours. Let me text Lon really quick to see if she needs to go to the gym. Hold on a second, fam. Okay. That way I can take in a few questions. Miss said, I wouldn't even know what to do in this situation with commercial. So Miss, same, right? When I first started, it's the same thing. That's why I said, for those of you who's new into the game, who are starting out, I would only focus on this. This is what I would focus on. See, that's why. So that way you're not jumping around. It's like when you know what you're looking for, right? You're so locked in, it's easier to find that one thing. I would just stick with single family and then multifamily. Multifamily is, duplex, triplex, or fourplex. So it's a 2 to 4 units. So I would just stick with single family and then target multifamily. I wouldn't do vacant land. I wouldn't look into commercial. I wouldn't look into apartment. None of that. Those, it takes a little bit more knowledge, more education. All right. You got to know what the NOI is. You got to know what a cap rate is. All of that. Okay. And you're dealing with the different types of buyer, different types of seller. Oh, Lon said I got to go right now. All right, you guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you. But before I wrap this up, okay, once again, if you haven't grabbed my book, I highly suggest that you do so. This is the only book that you need if you're getting into real estate and want to know how to virtually wholesale. Go to WTMbook.com. All right, punch in your information. If you have Kindle, you can download it for free. All I ask for is that if you can take some time, drop me a review on Amazon. It will mean the world to me. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Until next time, take care, and let's go get this money. I'm out.